Welcome to this week's Seattle Real Estate Minute with Christian Nossum.
I love it, man.
Got new sound effects.
I love it. So, listen, we've made some money now on Seattle Real Estate Radio, so we're upgrading, as you can see. We've got
pay
intros.
a producer or a sound guy to record some new bites for us.
As you can tell, we are rolling.
We're getting up in the game now, finally.
Don't tell our producer, but next thing you know, we're going to be on FM.
I know. FM.
So what's going on out there? I know it's crazy.
It's still crazy.
Define crazy, though. Crazy meaning
it's super competitive. As a seller.
Yeah.
So everyone's talking about, this is something that I wanted to kind of go over real quick. Everyone's talking about how, as a buyer, it's crazy, it's hard, it's impossible. No one's flipping the script and saying, as a seller, this is an opportunity. And that's something that, maybe I'll talk about that more on another show. But really today, what I want to talk about is, the MLS, which is the Northwest MLS, that's every real estate agent in the area, 99% of them are members of the Northwest MLS. They keep track of every single stat. So every time a house sells, they know what it sold for, what the original asking price was, all that stuff. So they are the go-to source for stats. They just released this last week. They said, single-family home prices in Seattle jumped 24% over the year to a median of $644,950. So the median price in Seattle now is $645, essentially. That's quite a bit. 24% increase in 1 year from February to February. And part of the reason for that is, we just have tons of jobs. Expedia, they're moving from Bellevue to Seattle, which I saw the renderings of their new office complex that they're going to do. It's pretty sweet. It looks nice. Weyerhaeuser, they're moving from their suburban headquarters, moving to Pioneer Square. Amazon, they open up another building. They just inked a lease last week for an additional 12-story building in South Lake Union that is going to house another 1,400 employees. There's just tons of people coming in that want to live in the area. So it's pretty interesting. King County.
And it's driving up values like, what did you say?
Crazy,
again?
24% in Seattle. In King County, that's 7% over the peak of 2007. And that's now 29% over the peak for Seattle from 2007.
So we talked last week about that, Christian. It's pricing certain occupations out of downtown Seattle.
From the core
of Seattle. Yeah. Do these numbers as compared to 07? Because I'm conservative. I'm super conservative. Do they worry you at all? Like, what are your? Let's compare. Let's spend a couple of seconds here on comparing.
So part of the reason what the difference is, and the Times actually had a pretty good article about this, and they basically said, the current run up in prices isn't like the 2007-2008 bubble that we had. And the reason why is because buyers now have more skin in the game. As a lender, how tough it is to get people approved for a loan right now sometimes. If you got the cookie cutter 9 to 5 normal job, maybe it's not so hard, but anything outside that box, it gets a lot tougher. So you also have to have a little more down payment. You still got to have 3.5% or 5%, but when prices are so high, that 5% is a little bit bigger number now. So buyers have more skin in the game. It's harder to get a loan. You add all those things up. It's a lot different than the 06, 07 where you literally needed a heartbeat and you could get a loan for whatever number you wanted. It's not the same. So I don't see that happening where it's going to be a crazy bubble bursting. And I just don't see that.
You've got more money coming into real estate than we had in 06 and 07. We had, I guess, artificial money, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then condos, as far as they go, King County condos went up 26% over the year. So, and then downtown Seattle went up 11%. So now the median price in downtown for a condo is almost $600,000, $597,000, $500,000. So, kind of crazy how much prices are going up. It's an opportunity as a seller if you are in that boat. To get going, to get the most money you probably can ever get for your house when you're selling.
So the message is to sellers right now. Let's not focus on buyers.
The message is to sellers.
Okay.
If you're thinking of selling, this is the opportunity.